Good evening. The time now is 11 p.m. Our top stories. New gas discovery in central LUCONIA province in BINTULU. GAWAI ANTU now preserve in a documentary. And Sarawak continues to rake in gold medals at SUKMA 2022. Those are the headlines for tonight. Good evening everyone. You're Mitchell and this is TVS Nightline. We begin with our top story. Petroleum Nasional Berhad, or Petronas, has made a gas discovery in its Cengkeh-1 exploration well in Block SK320, central LUCONIA province, a distance of about 220 kilometers off the coast of Bintulu. In a statement, the Cengkeh-1 exploration well was successfully drilled to a total depth of 1,680 meters in August 2022. And hitting more than 110 meters of gas column in the Miocene cycle 4 and 5 pinnacle carbonate reservoirs. Petronas Malaysia Petroleum Management Senior Vice President Muhammad Firuz Asnan said the discovery confirmed the large potential of the proven carbonate play type in central LUCONIA. GAWAI ANTU is an Iban festival of veneration for those who have crossed over. And thanks to the brilliant mind of former Deputy Chief Minister Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Dr. Alfred Jabu, the festival was documented and preserved in a form of documentary. Now screening at Borneo Cultures Museum, Premier Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said such efforts should be emulated by other ethnic communities in Sarawak to document their cultural heritage in digital form for the future generations.
The Ibans hold the unique GAWAI ANTU to accord the highest form of respect, appreciation, and honor by the living relatives for the good deeds which their forefathers, relatives, or ancestors who had endeavored hard during their time to ensure a good and decent life for those after them. This documentary is an exemplary effort by Datuk Petinggi Jabu and his family to document the celebration in order to preserve it in a medium that can be viewed by the younger generation of the Iban community and others outside the community. Indeed, this effort is laudable. This is a tremendous effort that should be emulated by our various ethnic communities in Sarawak to seriously preserve their cultural heritage by recording them and storing them digitally that can be retrieved for viewing and for various other purposes by the future generations.
He added, the celebration is an effective platform for intra- and intercultural interactions as Iban communities and other communities from other longhouses and places would join in the celebration. Abang Johari regarded the documentary as an important medium to showcase Sarawak's diverse socio-cultural aspects to the outside world. Officially launched on Tuesday, GAWAI ANTU is an initiative by Borneo Cultures Museum to share the Iban community's culture to visitors. Sarawak contingent showcases its rich traditions and dominance at the 10-pin bowling event, securing its third goal through its mixed doubles on the 5th day of SUKMA in Kuala Lumpur. Kegglers Nur Aina Kamalia Abdul Ayub and Musair Khalid scored a total of 2,452 pins to bat Federal Territories Najwa Nazira Muhammad Amir, Muhammad Hazim Al Hanafia by 31 pins. Fellow Sarawakans Nur Hazira Ramli and Abang Afik Yazid Abang Azman settled for bronze with 2,395 pin falls. Sarawak also made a splashing performance in the men's 200-meter backstroke event with He Puong Wei edging out the others with a time of 2 minutes 7.71 seconds. Meanwhile, over at the squash court, Sukma debutant Harith Daniel Jeffrey and partner Natalie Sim Shu edged out Sarawak's senior pair Nathan Kwe Zibing and Ma Siyi 2-1 in the squash mixed doubles finals. Meanwhile, the pairing of Elvis Priestley Clement and Sohu Kang in the men's platform synchronized event resulted in goal, with a total score of 334.44. However, the pair settled for bronze in the men's 3-meter springboard synchronized with 303.84. Elsewhere, Leong Wan Mei earned silver in the women's 100-meter freestyle, with fellow Sarawakan Kelly Teo Yao came in third with a bronze medal in the same event. Over in the men's and women's 200-meter individual medley, Sarawak settled for bronze in both categories, with Hee Puang Wei in the men's segment and Kelly Teo Yao for women. Outside of the two events, Sharifah Fifi Nurdiana, Wan Muhammad Abdul Rah and Nur Asmira Ramli won silver in sepak takraw women's double event, while Justin Johannes Anak Kalukin earned Sarawak bronze in the men's 25-meter pistol event. The High Commissioner of India to Malaysia, B.N. Reddy, paid a courtesy call on His Excellency Yang di-Pertua Negeri of Sarawak, Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud at his official residence in Demak Jaya today. Reddy's delegation was accompanied by Sarawak's Deputy Minister of International Trade, Industry and Investment, Datuk Dr. Malcolm Musin Lamo, in an effort to attract the interest of foreign tourists from India to visit Sarawak.
This marks Reddy's first visit to Sarawak today, alongside a high-level business delegation led by founder-chairman of Consortium of Indian Industries in Malaysia, CIIM, Dato' Umang Sharma, and many more.
Our main purpose of the visit is to, first of all, to join a convention of tour and travel operators of India under the, a federation called TAFI. Travel Agents Federation of India. 500 of them are all in Kuching today. They're going to start a convention. They're visiting at the invitation of Sarawak Tourism Board and also Tourism Malaysia. This is a promotional exercise which is being done to attract more Indian tourists to Sarawak.
Reddy was honored to learn from His Excellency that the prominence of Indian culture within the Sarawak community.
And he has really explained to us how Indians are welcome, and Indian culture, Indian traditions, Indian music particularly has been very popular in Sarawak among all the ethnic tribes here. And we hope that music and Bollywood and other forms can continue to contribute and help develop a relationship better.
Meanwhile, His Excellency also received a courtesy visit from the former Deputy Minister of International Trade and Industry of Malaysia, Datuk Jacob Dungau Sagan. The visit was held as a way for Datuk Jacob Dungau Sagan to express his gratitude to His Excellency. Dungau noted he has not had the chance to meet His Excellency Tun Taib for almost 9 years since retiring from politics.
Communications and Multimedia Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said efforts are being actively implemented to ensure good connectivity in the state, affirming the federal government is committed to achieving comprehensive internet access throughout Sarawak by 2024.
Untuk negeri Sarawak ini kita komited, dan dengan dokongan yang kuat, komitmen yang kuat, pimpinan kerajaan negeri kita komited dalam masa 3 tahun menjelang 2024, seluruh Sarawak ini perlu ada ketersambungan termasuk di kawasan Kedah.
Adding further, he said the target could be achieved through the implementation of Phase 2 of the National Digital Network Plan Jendela, with over 600 villages in Sarawak set to have internet access through satellite technology.
The last mile, the last batch, lebih kurang 600 lebih perkampungan telah kita kenal pasti. Yang lambat nak buat menara, yang lambat nak buat the fiber optic dan sebagainya, yang kita akan memanggil tender untuk menggunakan teknologi satelit. Yang penting mereka semua mendapat bekalan ataupun ada ketersambungan.
He said so during the Peranti Siswa handing over ceremony at the Batu Lintang Teachers Education Institute on Tuesday, September 20th. At the event, a total of 411 students from Institute Pendidikan Guru IPG Campus Batu Lintang and IPG Campus Tun Abdul Razak received devices at the Sarawak state level distribution session, which began today, while indicating that 80% distribution will be achieved nationwide by November. When met by reporters, the students expressed their appreciation.
Perasaan saya adalah kami berasa bersyukur sangat kerana mendapat peranti ini. Jadi dengan adanya peranti ini, senanglah kami untuk melakukan tugas-tugas kerja kursus dan juga pembelajaran lah.
Saya berasa sangat bersyukur sebab ini adalah peluang yang bukan semua orang boleh dapat. Jadi saya sangat bersyukur dan melalui kemudahan peranti siswa ini membolehkan saya untuk membuat kerja kursus dengan lebih efisien, dengan lebih baik, membantulah.
For the record, as of September 20th, a total of 7,400 students in Sarawak have had their applications approved.
Ecotourism in Southeast Asia is unrivaled when it comes to the diversity of landscapes and ethnic cultures. For that instance, Sarawak offers plenty of ecotourism attractions and unique experiences as it is poised to become the top destination, having the backing from the federal government in achieving such ambition. Better facilities will be in place along with aggressive promotions.
Ramai orang mengata Sarawak ini yang kurangnya dari segi pulau-pulau, tapi ada pulau. Yang penting kalau ada pulau tu walaupun sedikit, bagaimana kita nak mempromosikannya. Jadi sebab itu saya melihat potensinya memang ada. Jadi kita membawa kita punya pegawai-pegawai untuk membantu membuat package trailing dari nak pergi ke pulau, lepas itu melihat geopark ataupun wetlands dekat kawasan pulau yang ada saya pergi hari itu, di mana kita buaya tu boleh jadi produk pelancongan tahu. Jadi ramai orang ingin nak melihat buaya yang hidup, bagaimana keadaannya. Itu jadi satu produk pelancongan.
In addition, she said Sarawak has untapped attractions which can be marketed as a tourism product, and it is the responsibility of its ministry to improve the necessary infrastructure. Nancy was met after appearing on Sejahtera Asia program on Tuesday. On the Tourism, Arts and Culture Fiesta at Semunjan, which will be held from September 23rd to 25th, Nancy said that in addition to showcasing places of interest in the area, the festival is also able to generate income for local residents.
Kami di gedung saya nampak kemahiran dari sudut membuat songket dan telah dapat mengajak orang muda menjadi usahawan songket. Dan di Sadong Jaya ada daya tarikan yang masing-masing, terutama sekali dari segi pemakanan dan juga ada adat budaya etnik tertentu yang boleh pasarkan sebagai produk pelancongan. Dan di Semunjan pula ada, terutama sekali dari segi seninya. Jadi dan keindahannya yang boleh kita macam saya membantu untuk mengindahkannya dengan menambah infra situ yang insya-Allah pada masa fiesta pelancongan seni dan budaya at Semunjan ini berlangsung daripada 23 hingga 25 September ini. Lihatlah sendiri apa yang kita tambah nilai untuk supaya tempat itu ada tambah kecantikannya, keindahannya, keunikannya.
And by the end of the year, direct flights between Kuching to Pontianak will resume. And additionally, Sarawak also plans to introduce new routes for express bus services between Kuching to other destinations in Kalimantan. State Transport Minister Datuk Sri Lee Kim Shin said the increase in connectivity is to cater to the influx of medical tourists. The decision comes after the ministry met with Consul General of the Republic of Indonesia in Kuching, Raden Sigit Wijaksono, on Tuesday. Raden added the matter had been brought to attention to Jakarta and is pending approval, as Pontianak Airport still needs to be prepared in order to reopen for international flights. Additionally, he said that airline operators are also ready to resume the flight. Meanwhile, Raden also proposed that express buses be allowed to operate along new routes in addition to the present Kuching-Pontianak, of which Lee said the ministry considers opening the Kuching-Singkawang and Kuching-Lubo-Antu Badau-Sibau routes. Effective October 1st, bus operators from Sarawak and Pontianak will operate daily following overwhelming response from both sides of the border. Still to come, GE15 among matters to be discussed at cabinet meeting tomorrow, and 5 more job scam victims in Cambodia return home. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back. Matters pertaining to the upcoming 15th general election will be among those that will be discussed at a cabinet meeting this Wednesday. Prime Minister Dato Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said it is the right time as there will be representatives from various parties attending.
Ya, saya akan bawa dalam kabinet juga, ya, apa yang disebutkan oleh semua pihak lah. Kalau Tan Sri Mahyudin kata nak berlagak cepat, tak kira lah. Kita akan bincang dalam kabinet sebab dalam kabinet ada wakil daripada parti satu, ada wakil daripada parti lain, TVS dan sebagainya, daripada UMNO. Jadi kita akan bawa ke dalam kabinet. Bawa ke bila, Datuk? Mungkin secepat mungkin. Mungkin lebih mendahului daripada top 5. Hari Rabu ni saya ada kabinet sebelum saya berlepas ke Amerika, ke New York untuk masa bersatu, pertemuan masa bersatu sidangan. Mungkin saya boleh bawa dalam kabinet ini.
He said so when met during the launching of the National Energy Policy 2022 to 2040. Meanwhile, when asked about the date of GE15, he said that a meeting has not been held with Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid and the top 5 to determine the date. UMNO top 5 refers to UMNO President Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, Deputy President Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan, and 3 Vice Presidents, Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin, Datuk Seri Mahzir Khalid, and Ismail Sabri himself.
Tapi dari segi pilihan raya, waktu perhimpunan BN pun saya dah sebut. Pilihan raya akan diadakan dalam waktu terdekat. Cuma di masa lah, tunggulah. Jumpa saya dengan top 5, Presiden dan sebagainya. Biasanya sebelum MT, biasa. Kalau biasa-biasanya kalau MT malam, petang tu top 5 dan biro politik sekali. Jadi saya belum dapat ambil tarikh dia. Tapi tarikh untuk MT dah ada 30 bulan malam. Mungkin petang tu kita bincang.
On Saturday, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said the date of the dissolution of Parliament will be announced soon to give way to the GE15.
5 more Malaysians who had fallen victim to job scam syndicates in Cambodia returned home yesterday, September 19. According to a statement issued by Foreign Ministry, the 5 individuals arrived at Kuala Lumpur International Airport via MH755 flight at 2 p.m. It added that, with the return, 148 victims of the job scams in Cambodia had been rescued out of the 158 cases reported.
Meanwhile, of the number of rescued victims, 29 are still in the immigration detention depot in Cambodia, while the rest have returned home. As such, the ministry is intensifying efforts to rescue Malaysians who were duped by these syndicates in Laos, Myanmar, and Thailand through the Malaysian embassies in those countries. Adding to that, a total of 16 Malaysians have been rescued in Thailand, Laos 27, and Myanmar 5. Meanwhile, a total of 12 victims of the syndicate in Thailand are being tracked down as well as 28 and 54 Malaysians in Laos and Myanmar, respectively.
University Technology Mara, or UITM, has established a special committee known as the Residential College and Rental House Crisis Committee. And this committee will act as immediately to find the best solution for students who have problems finding accommodation.
In a statement published today, UITM has also established a portal for non-resident students on their official website. This will be the gateway for students to acquire rental easier, as well as providing landlords the opportunity to advertise their rental properties. Periodic survey will also be conducted to ensure that students' safety are assured, apart from forming housing rental agreements and the welfare of students. Students who have their application rejected for a placement in the hostel are encouraged to appeal via the university's e-Rayuan College system, which is now open until September 23rd. Results will be published on September 28th. It is worth noting that hostel appeals are subjected to several criteria, such as final semester students from families with income below 2,000 ringgit or in the B40 group, and also Sabah and Sarawak students from families of the aforementioned income group. UITM provides a total of 107,000 places in its residential colleges in Shah Alam, of which 34,000 places are meant for new diploma and bachelor's degree students, 52,000 places for students who qualify on merit, and another 21,000 places for students who submitted an appeal for accommodation.
You're watching TVS Nightline. A 7.7 magnitude earthquake shook west central Mexico on Monday, September 19, killing at least one person, damaging buildings, knocking out power, and sending residents of Mexico City scrambling outside for safety. According to a report from the Naval Ministry, one person was killed when a wall collapsed at a shopping center in Manzanillo, a beach resort in western Colima State. Authorities also reported damage to several hospitals in the western state of Michoacán, near the epicenter, which was in a sparsely populated part of Mexico.
Meanwhile, a person was injured by a falling glass at one of the hospitals. The magnitude 7.6 quake hit shortly after 1 p.m. near the western coast and close to the Michoacán border with the state of Colima, where Manzanillo is located. U.S. Geological Survey USGS said the quake was relatively shallow at only 15 kilometers deep, which would have amplified its impact. Meanwhile, Mexico City Mayor Claudia Sheinbaum said there were no immediate reports of major damage in the capital after the tremors, which rumbled through Mexico on the same day as destructive quakes battered the country in 1985 and 2017.
Hay pues preguntas de la ciudadanía y todos nos hacemos esta pregunta, pero no hay nada científico que nos diga que el 19 de septiembre tiene alguna consecuencia.
Thousands of people were killed in a September 19, 1985 earthquake, and more than 350 died in another September 19th quake in 2017.
Traffic resumed and barriers were removed on Tuesday as life in Britain returned to normal the day after Queen Elizabeth was laid to rest. On Monday, the country and the world paid a final farewell to the nation's longest reigning monarch in a dazzling show of pomp and pageantry, ending with her burial at Windsor Castle alongside her beloved husband and family. The government said on Tuesday that over 250,000 mourners filed past Queen Elizabeth's coffin at Westminster Hall in London during her 4 days lying in state. The royal family, however, will observe an extended period of mourning that ends on the 7th day after the funeral, with flags at royal residences remaining at half-mast. The Queen's state funeral at Westminster Abbey was the country's first since 1965, when Britain's wartime Prime Minister Winston Churchill was afforded the honour. And as life returns to normal, the focus now returns to both the future of Britain's monarchy under King Charles III and the economic slump facing the country, as well as the reality of soaring energy bills. Timbang Kilo cosmetics, or OEM beauty products, are all the rage now, especially on social media, with its premise of affordable beauty. But just how safe is it? And tomorrow on Sejahtera Asia, host Juzak and Sharon will be joined by pharmacist Juliet Lau on the safety of these beauty products. Plus, they'll be joined by Sarawak Forestry Director Datu Hamdin Muhammad at 7:45 a.m. only on TVS Astro Channel 122 and My Free View. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news update, both locally and internationally, just a click away by heading on to our website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. My name is Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.